Everyone give it up for Ben Hart! Now, I've not watched Andrew gig in about 6 months, and it was never that weird. It never used to be that fucking weird. That was fucking madness. I was at the back thinking, how do I follow that? You know what I mean? How do I follow that? You know what I mean? He made a guy stand up and say, "You look so awkward." By the way, that was so. You could just, your whole body like went like this. So you told man you can't disappear. Perfect. Anyway, I was in a gig in Didsbury last night because obviously I only go to gigs that are about 30 miles from my house. So yeah, and no joke, I met a woman last night. This is serious. This actually happened. I said, "What's your job?" She goes, "I'm the curator of the Vagina Museum in London." Serious? I said, "Listen, don't beat around the bush. Tell me how you get into that." You know what I mean? Honestly, it was much funnier last night when I said it off the cuff. It was much better. Anyway, so I'm from a place called Bury. Anyone know Bury? You all know Bury, don't you? Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. God, you are so weird. You know what I mean? Yeah. You are so weird. You know what I mean? Yeah. God, you look like someone's ordered the Mancunian online. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, so weird, man. Yeah. But you'd also fit in my wardrobe. That sort of thing, like. Mental, man. I'm sorry, but you asked for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you didn't, but you still got it. So there's a perfect. Anyway, yeah. So I'm from Bury. Not a lot happens in Bury. Just for context, we've still got the Spanish flu there. COVID is gonna fucking rock the place, I tell you. But the other day, my sister comes over from school. She goes, "Ben, big news." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Mary Berry is gonna be." Hey, wait till you hear the joke. You'll fucking love it, honestly. Mate, I'd say you don't even need jokes at this place. You just say words. They love it. Easy. Are you ready? Are you alright? Okay. Do you want a minute? Andrew, this is you, this pal. You've killed it, man. You've killed the gig for us. Yeah, fucking hell. Anyway, yeah, so, are you ready? Yeah. So my sister comes home from school. She tells me Mary Berry is going to be judging the Berry Grammar Cake Baking competition. I'm like, fuck me, this is the biggest sense of Berry since we got the Spanish flu, you know what I mean? Like, unbelievable. So I spent all night making this cake. I got there the next day. I'm looking around. I've crushed it, you know what I mean? There's a Victoria sponge, black pudding. Mine's got a theme. Berry Market. I'm going to crush it. Anyway, so they were like, okay, the special guests are going to have in 15 minutes. I'm like, fucking hell. Mary Berry is going to be judging my cake at the Berry Grammar Cake Baking competition. This is massive. You know what I mean? They went, okay, the special guests are going to have in 10 minutes. I'm like, fucking hell. Mary Berry from the telly is going to be judging my cake at the Berry Grammar Cake Baking competition. Whew. They went, okay, the special guests are going to have in 5 minutes. I'm like, fucking hell, Mary Berry. National treasure. Mary Berry is going to be judging my cake at the Berry Grammar Cake Baking competition. They went, okay, we'd like to welcome the special guest, the Mayor of Bury. That is funny. That is the funniest joke you'll ever fucking hear. That is so. That it never happened. It's all wordplay. I thought of that myself. Anyway, so all my family's from Bury. I did one of them DNA tests recently. Not to find out who my dad was, just find out my heritage. Has anyone ever done one of them before? Yeah. No, it's fine. Most people don't say no. You know what I mean? Most people just. Yeah. So yeah. That's it. Yeah. You're normally in a minority. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's go through it. Have you done it? No. Yeah. Anyone say yes in the room? Were you like surprised by your results? But now you're deaf. Okay, right there, perfect. Fucking hell. You know, you got to confident enough to put your hand up, but not confident to speak. Anyway, so I did mine, and I was expecting. Obviously, I wasn't expecting to find anything too shocking. I've looked at myself, but I was expecting a little bit of European. But I found out I'm actually 96% English, which is madness, isn't it? This is what a purebred looks like. But even worse than that, I found out I was 92% Lancastrian. Yeah, which means my family haven't left Lancaster in about 500 years. You know what I mean? And it explains how my dad doesn't like leaving the house. Funny that is so funny. Anyway, so yeah, all my family's from Bury. So my mum's from Bury. My mum's a bit interesting. My mum's a practising witch. My dad says shouldn't need to practice. So yeah, you into all that? You into all that sort of stuff? Yeah. So again, you had the confidence to clap and answer a question. That's perfect. Anyway, so I'm not going to hit you. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's more of you than me. Yeah. I don't back myself that much, but yeah. So what you into? You into like the crystals, like the tarot cards? What you into? All that sort of nonsense. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So she's into all that, you know. But I bought a house recently. That's quite impressive. I'm just going to say that again. I bought a house recently. Guys, come on, stop it. I'm just like you. Stop it. Come on. But I was having a lot of problems with the house. My mum was like, "You must have bad spirits." So she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "No, it's just ex-council. That's all it is." You know what I mean? But there's so she's like, "It needs cleansing." So she's like, "Yeah, sage around the house." I was like, "Unless girls are scared of smoke alarms." You know what I mean? I think we'll be all right. But she has these things called power stones. You know power stones? You can't be really into it if you don't know power stones. Liar, just like that guy at the back. Anyway, but yeah, so she has these things called power stones, and like you leave them in the moonlight overnight to charge. Every time I go around, I put my phone on there. Does fuck all. But no, slow burner. But anyway, got to be quicker, Ashton. Come on, you got to be quicker than that. I've not got that long. Anyway, no. So yeah, last year I was doing some gigs in Australia. That's quite impressive. Come on, again, I'm just like you. Stop it. Come on, just like you. But when I was there, I was doing a skydive, and my mum was like worried about me. So she's like, "I've got something that will keep you safe." I was like, "What is it?" She gives me this little black stone. I go, "What's that?" She goes, "That's a protection stone, that's a protection stone, that'll keep you safe." I was like, "Mum, unless it's, going to turn into a fucking parachute, I think it's going to do much good, this." But yeah, my mum's a bit of a nutter. But no, I'm very lucky. I'm like my mum's like Prince, I get everything bought for me all the time. I'm very, very privileged. But my mum bought me an Apple Watch recently. Anyone got an Apple Watch in the crowd? Or a smartwatch? Yeah, anyone got a phone, Ashton? There's anyone heard of phones? Perfect. Anyway, yeah, so you got an Apple Watch. Do you like it? Yeah, okay, that's perfect for this joke. Perfect, yeah, thank you. Just fucking lie. Just tell me. Yeah, so I wanted one for ages. I wanted an Apple Watch for ages, but I've realised it's like having a fucking bully on my wrist. You know what I mean? I'm at work. It's about 1 o'clock, and it goes, "Ben, you've not stood up much today." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, someone's got a fucking job, pal." You know what I mean? Or I was on a run the other week, if you can believe it, and about halfway around, it goes, "Ben, are you sure you're not walking?" I was like Regina George on my wrist. I think final straw for me was the other night. It was about 10 o'clock at night. It goes, "Ben, it's your bedtime." He's like, "I'm a fucking grown man. I go to bed whenever I want." You know what I mean? It's not just your watch though. It's your phone. Anyone got an iPhone in the room? Yeah. I can tell like when you listen to music and it's like, "Oh, your music's a little bit loud. Oh, your music's a little bit loud, mate. It's a bit loud, that." It's like a shit friend. You know what I mean? It helps me when I don't need help. You know what I mean? I need you to stop my phone when I'm in real danger. You know what I mean? When I'm about to buy 12 Jaeger bombs for a girl I've just met at the bar. You know what I mean? Or walking into a takeaway going, "I'll take the lot, pal." That's why I need you to help me. But, slow burner again. But anyway, so my love life over the years, it's progressed like bank cards. So back in the old days, I used to put it in, push all the right buttons and get what I wanted. And now it's completely contactless. Again, another world. You'll tell someone that tomorrow, and they'll laugh more than you laugh just then. Perfect. That was because that is fucking quality. Anyway, so if anyone's into a guy that looks like the caterpillar from A Bug's Life, please give me a shout after the show. Or any In-Betweeners fans? Wolfie from the In-Betweeners. I look so much like Wolfie in the... Honestly, you're going to go home later and Google it and be like, "Fucking hell, I wish I'd laughed my head off at that." Because that was so funny. My dad says human Shrek. I don't mind that, he's a good looking guy. Yeah, it's fine. I have to check a lot of women, don't worry about that. But I think I'm like Ryan Reynolds if he never made it. That's what I think I am. Yeah. Cheers, girls. That's it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. You put yourself down first, they pick you up. It's even easier. Perfect. Anyway, so I'm starting to feel old for the first time in my life. So I'm 33. Don't look so shocked. You know what I mean? Come on, guys. I'm 33. Stop it. Don't look so surprised. I don't think so. But I meet a lot of comics on the circuit that are 20 or 22. But for the first time, I'm feeling that difference. You know what I mean? You're feeling that age gap. I was talking to a comic the other day. I didn't know who fucking 5 was. You know what I mean? I was like, there's some point in telling your history. But I don't think I look 33. So on the way here, I had a banging headache, and I went into the shop. I was like, "I need some paracetamol." The guy was like, "You got any ID?" I was like, "Are you taking a piss?" You know what I mean? He's like, No, have you got any ID? I was like, "No, of course I don't." He was like, "Have you got anything that'll prove that you're over 18? I was like, "Of course I do." I was like, "This headache, it's from a hangover that I had 3 weeks ago." Honestly, if you laughed at the right bit there, you would have loved that bit. But no, so I look at like a 33-year-old like 100 years ago, what they would have been like. You know, they probably owned their own house. You know, they probably had kids. They probably fought in World War II. I can't even decide what snack I want on a meal deal. There's I gave it mad. I'm sat there going, I'm so fucking anxious about this. I made the wrong choice. But like, there's nothing that like ages me more than my sister. So I've got a twin sister, and somebody the other day when I did that, they went, oh. I've got a twin sister. She's not dead. You know what I mean? There's like, you know what I mean? It's so weird. Fucking weirdos, man. Anyway, but not you guys. That was in Lee. Yeah, yeah. I asked somebody in Lee the other day. I was like, who's ever been to Australia? This guy went, no. I was like, you ever been to Aldi? He went, no. I went, you ever left Lee? He went, no. Lee's not that big. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's 2 Aldis. That's all there is. Anyway, back to the joke. Sorry. But no, yeah. So I've got a twin sister, and like, she's a very different part of her life to me. She's married. She's got 2 kids. But like, because I do this, I've got a lot of time. So I look after my nephews quite a lot. But obviously, you might have noticed I've got a bit of a potty mouth. So I swear around them quite a lot. But like, my nephew's just started school, and before he started school, I was watching him, and my sister was like, "You need to stop swearing around him." You know what I mean? He started saying, "Oh my God," and I was like, "Fucking hell, sis." You know what I mean? Like, you calm down about it. But like, end of the day, that's his mum. That's his mum, isn't it? You know. So like, all day I'm like, stop saying "oh my God," stop saying "oh my God," stop saying "oh my God." We get back, it's like My Fair Lady. He's a new kid. You know what I mean? But we walk in the house, and she spills a coffee on herself, and she goes, "Oh my God," and without missing a beat, no joke, he goes, "Fucking hell, mum. Don't say "oh my God." That's the truth. Sometimes the jokes write themselves, pal. Hey, I've got 2 minutes left. You can hold it. Come on. Listen. You know. Look how quiet he's been. Look how quiet he's been. You know what I mean? He's shitting himself, this lad here. Yeah, he's twice my size, and he's still quiet himself. Anyway, no. So like, go on. Oh, get a grip of yourself, man. Look at that. Look at him. No, he's on the way past. He went. I've been laughing too much. Yeah. Oh my God, that is awful. That made me ill. That was awful. That. Yeah, is there like an alliance I can join for comedians? I've been like harassed. That's awful. Anyway, I'm going to finish this bit of this joke. But no, yeah. So I'm like, I'm at an age now where all my friends are having kids. Like, are any of your friends having kids in the room? Yeah, like, no, it's all right. You're too old. No, I don't say that. You know, you could have. My mum I have a 14-year difference. So you remember, sister? Yeah. No, another sister. You fucking idiot. That'd be a fucking hell of a labour, wouldn't it? There's a. Yeah, she's still in there. There's a. Yeah. My sister's got a massive head. There's a. Fucking hell. Look at us. Dumb bastards here, man. I tell you, there's a. Anyway, but no, yeah. So, but all my friends having kids. All my friends having kids at the minute, and like I'm not at that pace. But like every time they have a kid, they send me a picture of the kid. You know what I mean? Let's just be clear. We become friends after this. I don't want to see a picture of your kids. But like every time they send me like a physical picture of the kid. But you can't put that in the bin, can you? You can't put a picture of a baby in the bin. You know what I mean? So I've just got this ever-growing pile of fucking children in a drawer. In about 20, 30 years' time, my kids are going to open some drawer and be like, fucking hell, Dad was a serial killer. That's mental. How long have I got left? A minute. Okay, right. Okay. What shall I finish on? I'm going to tell you the story about how I lost my virginity. Before any rumours start, I have lost it. There's so I used to go out with this girl called Leanne, and her dad was the hardest guy in Bury. You know, he was tough. I did a gig in Bury recently, and I fucking saw him, and I was like, not going to do that bit at the end. Anyway, but no, he was the hardest guy in Bury, but obviously I like trouble. You know what I mean? So. So yeah, we're about 16 years old. We're in Leanne's room. She goes, "Ben, do you want to have sex?" I'm like, "Of course I do. I'm a 16-year-old boy." You know what I mean? I've been fucking a pillow for the past 2 years. So absolutely, yeah. So we get going at it. You know, I'm using all the moves. I'm practicing the pillow. I'm tickling the tassels. I mean, I'm looking for a zip. There's honestly, this is all true. And I'm feeling a bit, you know, first time, I pick her legs up in the air, and she goes, "Ooh!" And I go, "What?" She goes, "My back's locked." Serious. I go, well, there better be a fucking key. You know what I mean? She's like, no, I need to go to the hospital. I was like, why? Is that where they keep the key? That seems weird. But no. So she's like, no, you need to go and tell my dad. I was like, I can't go and tell. I was like, I can't go and tell your dad. I can't go and tell you the guy. He was, so I walked downstairs. I was like, you right, Mick? He goes, yeah. I go, Leanne's back's locked. He goes, I'll come upstairs. I was like, you can't come upstairs. You can't come upstairs. He's like, why? I was like, she's got no clothes on, Mick. He goes, why has she got no clothes on? I was like, well, I don't want to spell out to you, pal. But there's so we go upstairs, we get some trousers on her, we get her in the back of the car, start putting a seatbelt on a pretzel. That's funny. That's fucking hilarious. Come on. What is wrong with you all? Anyway, so I go to walk off. And he goes, where are you going? And I go, home. He goes, no, you're not. You come with me. So obviously we get in the car. You know, all the love songs are playing. Oops upside your head. I'm horny. All them sort of songs. So we get to the hospital, right? And I'm sat there. I'm terrified. You know, he's getting more and more angrier. She's getting more and more angular. Fucking hilarious, that. Fucking hilarious. But I'm getting more and more worried. I'm like, who can I call? And I'm like, I'm going to call my mum. So I rang my mum. I was like, Mum, I'm terrified. I think Mick's going to kill me. She goes, Ben, have you got your protection stone? Thank you very much, everybody. I've been Ben Hart.
Ben Hart, everybody! Yes. Wonderful work. Excellent. That is the end of the middle section. Give it up for Balthazar Dark and Ben Hart. Go get a drink. We'll see you in 15. Thank you.